Just Brandy.
Today we have on the line Mr. Shareef McQueen. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're saying it right. Yeah.
All right. AKA Mr. BlackButta Soul.
Yeah, BlackButta Soul. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, just Brandy just wants to congratulate you on becoming this week's Starshine Monday Moment. Firstly, we just want you to kind of tell us who you are, where you're from, and a little about you, the person.
Okay. Well, my name, that's Shareef. My artist name, BlackButta Soul. I'm from the New York City area, Queens area. You know, I'm a vocalist, independent artist. I'm just here, doing my thing as far as, the creative process of my music, and also a huge Brandy fan. So, I feel good to be, I really feel great about, the Brandy experience, with Team Brandy, and of course what you're doing, with the website, Just Brandy. Did I say that right? It's Just Brandy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just excited, just to be a part of, the Brandy experience. I've been a fan, since day one. And I'm still rocking with B-ROCKA,
All right, that's what's up. Okay, so we're all here for Brandy. So tell us, why do you love B-ROCKA? This Brandy Rihanna Norwood, soon to be Miss Press.
Yeah, right? I'm so happy about that. Yeah. Why do I love Brandy? Oh, man. First thing, of course, her voice. That when I first heard her sing, I do believe that was during the Thea era. And that's when she was getting to do the her first album. And I was watching. I don't know the name of the entertainment show, but she was in the recording studio. I didn't know much about her. I watched Thea, and I see her, see her on the show, but I didn't know that she could sing.
Right.
Until she was in the studio, and they interviewed her, and she sang something. I'm not sure what song it was. I don't know if it was a Whitney song or she was doing her own thing. Like, she was talking about the Thea show, and also she said, well, right now I'm in the process of working on my album, with Atlantic. So I was like tuning in to, what she was saying. And then they was basically, giving access of her singing. When I heard her voice, I was like, oh my God, like, wow. I was like, she has a beautiful voice. I was like, I said, yo, she bad. I'm like, okay, she's bad. And I remember when I heard her voice, even before she even said, oh, I'm a big Whitney fan, Whitney Houston, that came to my mind. I'm like, oh, those vocal runs. It reminds me of Whitney. And then I said, okay, I got to check this girl out. I got to tune in and check her out. And, I fell in love with the voice. And then when the album, when her first album came out, I'm like, oh my God, this girl's bad. And then I was hooked. After that,
absolutely,
I was just hooked. I was like, this girl is bad. I said, she's young, and I said, she is definitely bringing something to this industry. I was like, she is. I said, people got to watch out for her. I said, she's on her way.
Yeah. So tell us, what is your all-time favorite Brandy song and why?
Oh, Lord Jesus. That's going to be tough. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be tough because...
Only one, because I know there's so many. If someone just randomly just came up to you and were like, what is that one song that you can't live without?
Okay. I'm going to go with What About Us?
Okay.
Because, I said, why? Because, there's a whole swagger that Brandy brings to that track. And, of course, Dark Child, oh, my God. He is phenomenal. This guy is, he's phenomenal. So when I first heard that song, I was like, OMG. I said, Brandy is she's bringing something like on another level. You know what I'm saying? Just the instruments and the way she was singing vocally, her whole swag and everything. I like the attitude, you know, slam the door behind you, you know, but just the whole swagger of the song, and it's like in your face, like I'm not having it, you know what I'm saying, close the door behind you, you know, I'm not, you know, with that, you know, the BS, you know, and that's basically how I feel, you know, with my life, you know, with any experience that I'm dealing with, I'm on the real, and I see that in Brandy, so I can relate. I'm quite sure a lot of people can relate to her. So she's a real person. Like, she's so real. She connects with her fans. And when I heard that song, I'm like, ooh, you know, I can relate to it because it's, you know, a part of my life. You know, it's just like that attitude, like I'm not having it. So, and that's how I am about my life. So that's like the main song I gotta say that comes to my mind. Like, of all her songs, it gotta be like, What About Us?
All right, let's move along. Brandy she has 6 studio albums to date.
Yeah.
Not including her, you know, her compilations or her appearances on soundtracks and those and such. But
right.
out of all the ones of the 6 studio albums, and they're all masterpieces in their own right, which album was your favorite and why?
Which album was the favorite? Whew. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, man. That's another tough, you know, question, because when it comes to Brandy and her artistry, I love, you know, just speaking from, you know, for myself, I love all her albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of them they all on a high level. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at Brandy as, you know, with her albums like, oh, this one is low. I know record sales are very important in the industry, but just on her body of work and what she brings to the table, her songwriters, producers, and the vocals, to me, she always takes it to the next level. And that's why it's so difficult for me to say which one is the best, because I love them all. To me, they all are, like, on top. Even the Human album, even though Brandy, she doesn't, you know, when it comes to Human album, she kind of like, you know, like to bypass that. But even the Human album, I'm like, wow, like the songs that were on the Human album, I was a little disappointed, you know, that the label pushing it and like, you know, expecting more like singles and videos, because there was so many great songs on Human. But I know you need an answer, like which the best one. I got, well, right now I'm feeling, of course I'm feeling 211 right now. So I'm gonna go with it right now because that's what's out, and you know, I'm not taking nothing away from, you know, her previous work. I'm not taking nothing away from that, because they all, to me, all of them are, you know, on that level. But I'm just gonna go with 211 because that's what's rocking right now, and you know, of course I gotta support my girls. I gotta go with 211. You know, because you know that's what's happening right now.
That kind of segues into my next question. What is your favorite track off of 211?
Woo. Oh my God. Woo. Lord, I'm loving this interview because I'm so excited. I'm like, when it comes to Brandy, Lord, okay. I'm gonna have to go with. Damn, I'm trying to think which one. There's so many. There's like so much heat on that album. Oh man, so much heat. Oh damn. I'm gonna go. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with Slower. Right there, Slower. Slower because Lord Jesus. Brandy was vocal running. She was doing some like just extraordinary stuff with her voice. Like, I'm like, Lord, like, wow, this is like, that's like in heavy rotation. I always play that. It's so smooth, you know, sensual, like the way she's flowing, the beat, everything is just, so I got to go with Slower.
Absolutely. Well, I'm seeing that 211 is the current CD out now. What would you say were either in the highs or the low of any point of this project or this 211 era?
Well, I gotta say the high for me is when the album dropped. When it came out, it was like, you know, everybody excited. So to me, that was like on a high level for Brandy, you know, to come out to New York and have the album release week. And I was able to actually go to the Best Buy theater to see her put it down. And all I gotta say is, oh, you was there too?
Absolutely.
Oh wow,
I was
get out of here. Oh wow, get out. See, I had to work, so I couldn't make it to all the events, but I made it to two. I made it to the Best Buy, and she did something. I forgot the XL Club. I went there. Yeah, I went to that club, you know, but when she performed at Best Buy Theater, oh Jesus, like Lord, I'm like wow, because I haven't seen. I've seen her perform like years ago during the Aphrodisiac era. She came to New York, and I forgot the name of the club, and she did like 3 songs, and I was like, wow, like she doing her thing. And then after that, I haven't seen her, you know, like live until like now. And just seeing her growth, like throughout the years, you know, with Brandy, like I said, she always take her artistry to the next level. So that's why I always, when somebody got something like slick to say out their mouth, whatever, I'm always there for her, you know, supportive, you know, like that's, I look at, you know, she's like, you know, an extended family member, you know, so I'm always down, you know, people think I'm crazy, oh, you only talk about Brandy. I'm like, look, I don't care what you say, I'm down for Brandy all the way, you know what I'm saying, I big her up, I never have nothing negative to say about her. You know, to me, she's just like in a class by herself. There'll never be another Brandy. Like to me, my Brandy is Whitney Houston. Like how I looked at Whitney, how I was like, you know, how much I love Whitney Houston. You know, unfortunately, you know, her death and everything. But that's the way I look at Whitney is how I look at Brandy. You know, so she's like on that level. You know, like when it comes to, you know, my favorite artist, like she's like on that top level. Yeah.
That's what's up. So we already kind of said that Brandy Live is an experience all of its own. So would you say that was, what is your favorite live experience that you either watched on YouTube or actually been in the presence of? Would you say it was the New York concert, or was another live experience that was your favorite?
Because I know the Best Buy Theater, that was like the ultimate, you know, like I was like on another level with Best Buy Theater performance.
Well, if that's your favorite, then we can just go with that.
Yeah, that's like my favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. Brandy is pretty much a renowned actress and has graced not only the TV screen but also the silver screen. What is your favorite acting role of Brandy and why?
Thinking about Cinderella, you know, I love that experience. How she was actually in, you know, doing Cinderella, and she was with her idol, Whitney Houston, just, you know, in that moment, her being caught up in that moment and seeing her, you know, play that role, you know, that was like, you know, that was like, you know, the best moment for me to see that. I would say that, and I got to go with Double Platinum. Because, you know, Double Platinum, too, that was another one, you know, that caught my attention because just seeing her do her thing, and she's doing it with icons, like legends, you know, like Diana Ross and Whitney. So to see her around that experience, because I'm quite sure she learned a lot from being around them, you know, I look at that like as a high point, you know, as far as her career with the acting and stuff like that, you know. So I would have to say like Cinderella and Double Platinum.
Cool. All right. Brandy has a side of her that some people call like a life coach. She's kind of known for her brandoms and how they help people kind of live by them. And how has Brandy's music or her influence helped shape either your life or a moment in your life?
Wow. Well, her music it inspires, you know, like, you know, me being an artist, you know, myself, I'm not a signed artist, you know, I'm trying to get out there and do my thing. But she inspires me on all levels, like, you know, her artistry, just, you know, like her whole catalog of music, just her being the person that, you know, the person that she is a huge inspiration. Like with her brandoms, I can't quote anything right now, but she says a lot of deep stuff with her brandoms. You know, I do believe there's one where she said something about don't act devil. You know what I'm saying? You preaching God, but you act devil or something like that. Something about, you know, you preach God, but you acting devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to, basically she's saying, like, if you preach it, you're going to be acting, you know, religious and, you know, preaching about God and stuff, but your behavior, you're acting like, you know, the devil. Like, get your ish together. Get it together. And she keeps it real. Like, she's very positive. And, she wants her team to stay positive. She loves a lot of artists. And, she doesn't like the competition thing, like, the rivalry, all that stuff. But, sometimes it's fun, but, she really not into that. So I respect her for that, you know what I'm saying, because, she's just trying to do her thing, and she's not worried about the next artist. Let everybody shine. That's what I like about her. She just all about, okay, everyone has to shine. No one's better than the other. We're just here. This is our purpose, to do it, entertain you, and let's just keep it moving. So that's what I love about her.
I think I might have found the brand you're talking about. She has one that says, "Don't talk God and behave devil."
Yes, that's it.
She also has one that says,
in the Chardonnay voice, yes.
She also has one that says, "You give this so-called devil power when you believe in him, claim him, and blame him. Claim that God is all there is."
Yes. She is, very spiritual. That's her background from the church. And, her parents, I have the utmost respect for her parents. They're so well-mannered, articulate, just respectful. And you can see the qualities, when you listen to her parents, when they speak and what they're about, and then you see it in Brandy and Ray J. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so that's, that's something like, other families, I know that everybody have their issues, but, it's cool when you see a family, like, Brandy's family, how they are, the way they are. And you're like, wow, like they really, everybody has issues, nobody's perfect, but, they work it out, and you see, they're a unit, they just trying to get to, get to the next level.
In your own words, how has Brandy helped to shape the music industry and other artists?
That term they use, like the vocal Bible, the vocal Bible. A lot of artists, they study Brandy's voice. I don't know, some artists might think differently. I don't know. I'm not really speaking for them, but a lot of people, a lot of artists, when you hear the music, even like from Beyonce, like the things that she do, whatever, I hear a lot of Brandy, influences in her music. There's like a lot of artists, they always talk about Brandy, her voice, even like NDRE, she bigged her up, big Brandy up when they had the album release week for Silent, his relaunch party. And, she went in saying like, telling Brandy how a lot of people are, influenced by her artistry.
Right.
So, yeah, she's a huge influence. So that's why I get upset I get so upset when people, I just get so upset because I'm like a diehard Brandy fan, and I want to see her do the best, you know what I'm saying? I know she had I know she had some breaks, in her career, whatever, and, she mentioned like the downfall and all that stuff, whatever, that's the sad part. But just to see her, just to see Brandy not give up on herself. Yeah. To me, she's a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the record sells, everything that's important, or even that word calling her a has-been, that pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not that. To me, she's an icon. Exactly. Like, she's an icon. Like, there's a lot of artists, new artists out, or artists have been in the game, you know what I'm saying? And they really, I don't know, like, I look up to certain artists, but for some reason with Brandy, just like her whole experience, like, it's just on another level, It's just on another level, so.
If Brandy was sitting right next to you right now,
ooh,
what is it that you would either want to ask her or say to her?
Ooh. Of course I would, like, I'm saying I would be yelling like, "Oh, Brandy, I love you," whatever. But to me, that might look cheesy. She might look at me like, "Oh, come on, like, boy, like, chill," Like, you need to chill. So I would be calm, you know. I'll look at her, you know, and I'll just be like, you know, hey, what up, Brandy? I respect you, you know, your artistry. You inspire me. You know, I'll probably come out and start singing, like, oh, can I do some background for you or something? You know, something like that. You know, I'll just, you know, I'll be cool about it. But of course, I'll be excited, and I'll just be like, oh, Brandy, you know, I respect your artistry. You know, take it from there. But I met Brandy before. I met her.
Okay.
I met her during the full moon era at the FYE store.
Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, during that time when she was pregnant and stuff, and it was really cold that day. I remember it was cold. Oh man, it was so cold, my fingers. But I got a chance, you know, to get the autograph. You know, she signed the CD and everything, so I got a chance to meet her. But I didn't get a chance to see her performance at TRL. You know, because it was like a contest. They said whoever gets there first, and then you get on the bus. But they were giving out tickets. I thought that because I was like the second or third person online, but I didn't realize like when you get on the bus, they do this, you know, ticket thing where whoever has the, you know, they call out the number or whatever, and that's who gets allowed, you know, into the. So unfortunately, I didn't gain access, you know, to see her, but you know, I watched it on, you know, on MTV and stuff like that. But I got a chance to meet her, so that, you know, that was a great experience.
So you're an artist. Tell us a little bit about who you are as an artist.
Well, I'm R&B, soul, pop. I'm so nervous. I don't know why. I'm so nervous. Right now I'm working on a mixtape. It's entitled My Black All That. And I know a lot of people would look at that like, well, you're black all that, like, oh, he conceited, or what's that about? To me, it's real powerful to say that, because just as an artist, trying to pursue my music and stuff, I've experienced a lot of craziness. You know, there was a time where I remember this girl, you know, a female, she approached me and she was like, oh, you sing? I said, yeah. And she was like, okay, I'm going to speak to this producer, whatever, and he's going to get you in the studio, whatever like that. So I said, cool. So the next day I see her, and then she said, oh, yeah, I spoke to him. You know, I told him about you. And then she was like, the only thing he wanted to know if, you know, if you were, you know, dark-skinned or something like that, to that effect. To that effect. I'm like, what was that about? So she came out and said, oh, they're not looking for dark-skinned singers.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, yeah. So, you know, I just, you know, that I experience, you know, this craziness like that, or, you know, somebody, you know, if I take a picture, somebody might say, oh, you have the picture look African. You know, real craziness like African, or, you know, just real stupidness about my skin tone, me being dark-skinned, whatever, you know, stuff like that, or, you know, just with, I think about like slavery, the history, the civil rights movement. So that's why I put that out there, My Black All That. Yeah, I'm basically telling people, you know, to love themselves, you know, love your blackness on that level, and also just on another level as far as like dealing with negative people and, you know, people hating on you for whatever reason. I'm saying, you know, look in the mirror, love yourself. You know, there are some people that they look in the mirror, they love themselves. You have other people, when they look in the mirror, they don't love themselves. You know, they don't like what they see. So being that they don't like what they see, if they see somebody else happy or shining, now they want to bring them down. So that's
right.
a song. That's a song that I wrote. It's like a little, I call it the BlackButta intro, and it's on SoundCloud. BlackButta Soul. That's, you know, BLACK Butter BUTTA and Soul SOUL. So it's a free download. You know, just a quick interlude. It's basically saying, you know, my black all that. And I'm saying, you know, when I look in the mirror, I know what I see. And then I'm like, I'm talking to people that like to hate on me. So I'm saying, when you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see, so that's why you effing with me. You know, stuff like that. You know, to that effect. And so that's what I'm doing now, just working on, you know, the mixtape. I got some other songs that I'm working on. right now. You know, I'm an independent artist. I don't have, you know, no major like label thing going on. So I'm just basically, you know, just being positive, trying to do my thing, you know, network as possible. You know, I mean, network and just, you know, make a name for myself.
Okay, if you had to either give your own brandom coming from you, what would it be?
Well, I put something on Facebook recently because I'm going through some personal stuff, and I feel like, you know, the devil, you know, they say the devil like to work and he working overtime. So I put up a status on Facebook because I was upset recently about something. I was blowing some steam. So I basically said haters, and it's from my song, My Black All That. So I basically said haters won't succeed because I'm loving me. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, that would be my brand, one of my brandoms, because if you love yourself to that point where you really have love for yourself and you know who you are, it really doesn't matter what people say because you know who you are. And I remember Brandy mentioned something about that too. Like, you have to know who you are. Like, all that other stuff, it really doesn't matter, you know?
Right.
You know, so that's why I really love this girl. I mean, I have so much respect for her because she's, like, so real. And she's always feeding, you know, she always gives the fans, you know, encouragement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To keep moving on, you know, keep moving on. Even when she's down, it's like vice versa. Like, if she's down about something, the stars, we here, we pick her up. You know, she even say that, my stars are here for me. And then if she might see us arguing about something and she don't like it, she's there to help us. Like, oh, stars, don't do that. Or she might send a BRANDOM, or she say, stars, I love you. And there's not a lot of artists, not too many artists out there that really connect to their fans. I really don't see that.
That's true.
I really don't see it. And Brandy, she's, yeah.
Yeah, they might have fans, but not really, they're not really accessible to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like she, you know, she just connects, like, to the fans, and she, you know, that's her whole personality. Like, she just real bubbly, and, you know, like, she's funny too. She's like, yeah, you know, the stuff. Like, she's real, you know, y'all, you gotta love Brandy. Like, you just have to love her. You know, she's just so real. You know, she's real. So that's why I will always rock with her. I'll always support her, buy all her albums, whatever. If there's a concert, you know, if I can get there, you know, I'm there. You know, I'll be there. You know, so.
Cool. Finally, for all the stars out there, tell us how we can find you in the social networks. What's your website, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever else you like to tell us?
Okay, well, to all the stars out there, you know, I have love and respect. I don't know everyone, you know, we all don't know each other, but we all a family, you know, that's how I look at it. We're all family, and we're all here, you know, for Brandy, and, you know, we're here to talk about Brandy, so, you know, much respect. I just want to say much respect to all the stars that are down for Brandy. I'm on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. That's Twitter, you know, at BlackButtaSoul. Also, I have a Reverb Nation account, and it's basically, you know, Reverb Nation. That's on Twitter. You can look. I have that posted on Twitter. If you want to, like, have any link to my music, that's on ReverbNation.com, you know, BlackButta Soul. And I also have an Instagram, you know, the same name, BlackButta Soul. I'm on Tumblr, you know, so it's all the same name, BlackButta Soul, and of course Facebook. That's my government name. Let me stop saying my government. Yeah, that's you know, Shareef, Shareef, you know, Ali, McQueen. That's basically it. Like, that's what, you know. But and and SoundCloud. SoundCloud, BlackButta Soul. Yeah.
Cool. Spell that again for us.
Yes. That's BLACK, Black, and Butter, BUTTA, and Soul, SOUL.
Cool. All right. Well.
Hope I don't sound funny. Hope I don't sound funny on the recording, because I'm kind of nervous. So when I hear it, hope I don't be laughing like, oh Lord, why?
You're okay. You're doing good.
Yeah.
All right.
My
final thing is, would you mind singing a little bit of your favorite Brandy song, or just recite one of your favorite lines? 1 to 2. I'll give you an option.
Yeah, my voice is so dry, Lord. Let me see. always on my mind. You're always on my mind. Thoughts of you all the time. You're always on my mind. Love you, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. Yes, sir. that is Mr. BlackButta Soul. Again, we want to thank you for taking this time out just to talk with us on this Starshine Monday moment. And we want to say keep riding down for Brandy, and to the next time, we want to say deuces to everybody.
Oh yeah, I just want to. I want to say. I just want to say. I want to thank you. You know, like for what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you like surprised me with the Just Brandy moment. I wasn't expecting that. So when I went on your site and saw my picture, I was like, wow. You know, I was like, wow. You know, I really appreciate that. I appreciate what you're doing. You know, stuff like that. So big ups. To you. For what you do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just Brandy.